So welcome back, guys. We are here, and as usual, talking about, is love real or an illusion? And with us here is Joseph to continue with the subject. And let's get into it. Does love become an illusion? When do you see it as an illusion?
Well, I think there are many examples we can use to connect to that point. I think when you become obsessive and so possessive on an idea that is not genuine and is based on your agenda, you begin to create things in your head that are not real. It could be a guy convincing himself that he has to get his ex back because things can work out when he knows this thing is not real. It failed, it collapsed, and all he just do is sit at home and think about possibilities of this being real and act like nothing has ever changed. And I think it's driven by this obsessive nature, and because sometimes people go into a relationship for wrong reasons, then when it doesn't work out, or we go in with illusions of expectations we have that are not going to be met because we do not work on ourselves, it can create this delusional reality in your head that cannot be real. And somewhere it leads into this thinking that can make people become even violent, because they want to control things. And it's all connected to all these things. And that example I've given is, there are some people who are not over their ex because they feel like they should always be together, but they're not meant to be together. The question is, how did that person conclude with that? It's what they have in their head. They're seeing a reality that doesn't exist, and that's an illusion. It's not real.
And do these people realize like it's an illusion? When these people are going with those set of expectations into that relationship, are they convinced? Obviously, they must be convinced in their head that that's what they want and this is, but do they realize at some point and then keep convincing themselves?
They could do that. I think if you tell yourself a lie constantly, as we know that there's conditioning, you can condition a human being to believe a lie.
Because you can even believe in your own lie.
Correct.
It
And
becomes true.
you deny the truth purposely because you have an agenda. There is a void inside you, and is based on your motivation, selfish intentions. It's not really genuine, because you should be healed and ask yourself deep questions. Why didn't this work out? But some people who are after their ex for wrong reasons don't do that. They don't heal. They feel like they need to prove something. They feel like they own this person. So it goes back again to being possessive. So they're all connected. And so this is where all these illusions. So in your head, you see yourself as these powerful couples, but it's not real anymore. This person is married even, have kids, but you don't want to let them go in your head. And when you see them in public, you still talk to them like in a relationship. So all these things are illusions, and it can be dangerous in that level. And I think there are some people, they could see somebody and they're not even in a relationship, and they have these things, and especially guys do this to girls a lot. They start acting like this girl is in a relationship with them, and they persist with these lies in their head. And it becomes freaky to the girl, because it's like, it's false pursuit. There's no agreement.
There's no mutual like discussion.
Like, oh, we're married, and I'm like, what? I don't know you.
You've been married, but that's only few though.
Like serious about it, but I'm like, I've never had this conversation with you.
With you,
have you had such an experience about someone like actually saying like we're married?
But that isn't that the.
It goes back to, sorry to cut you off, but it goes back to possessiveness. People like to possess something from the person. So I think when they become too possessive or too controlling, then that's the problem. And for me to add to that point is that I also find myself sometimes doing that. Is that I've never like had a relationship, but when I like someone, I want to fix them. I cling on the things like the things that are going wrong. Whether I like really like not bad boys, but like just terrible men.
Just saying.
But like guys who have maybe like drug problems or family problems or things like that they haven't personally worked on it, because I'm just like, okay, if I'm going to like, I find myself wanting to fix the issues that they have. But then that's being controlling, and it's like, who am I to come into your life and force you to change yourself when you don't want to? And until you actually tell yourself, I'm going to change and become a better person, that's when it happens. But then I want to be the one who fixes you. And it's like,
I see.
So it comes back to the controlling
And position.
So I'm problematic.
You are not.
I should cancel myself.
No, don't say
We are
that.
all learning.
Love is a crazy thing for me.
Yeah.
It's like I see it like an addiction.
Yeah.
So when you're addicted to something, like Joseph was mentioning, you create something, it becomes so real to you, you know, that you start to believe that lie. It's a lie. Like it's not there. You know, when people say, oh, my heart is broken, and we look at that picture of a love heart, you know, you have an arrow going through it. Now that's the picture that you have in your head. So when you're saying your heart is broken, that's what comes into my mind. And if I want to text you now, I'm going to push that arrow to you. So when you get addicted to something, it's like drug. Like for example, myself, I get addicted to collagen. My bone is already addicted to collagen. So if I don't see collagen for a day, I go nuts. Like really crazy. There's this research that I did. So there's this picture of a dolphin. Now, when you're an adult, look at this dolphin, this picture, you're an adult, like adults are looking at two people kissing, right? But when children look at it, they're looking at dolphins swimming.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to actually see why that should be a dolphin, because I was just seeing two naked people kissing. But then when you look at it from another angle, it becomes dolphin. So that's why kids are seeing dolphin.
Yeah.
So that's how love is. That's where you program your mind. You're seeing it like you create this whole thing all on yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why you define illusion as probably like a mismatch between, I think, physical reality and
then what's in your
perception.
head, yes.
Yes, because the perception is different from reality, something like that.
I think the other thing is expectations of things you have already preconceived in your mind. I think it's very relatable to being ambitious when you dream of something, but then you see that it will not go according to that. So you use control to play what is in your head as a reality.
Yeah.
It could be contributing to that. For example, there are some people who are out there, they have this particular person in their head and they force everything to make sure that that is the right person. This is where illusions can come in.
Yeah.
Because you convince yourself that this is the only person and I cannot make any mistake.
Yeah.
And I think that path is very dangerous because it can lead into violence again and all these bad things, you know, like how do people murder their partner, not even their partners, other people. It's all these realities that are not true, that people have formed over years and time to the point where it became like a reality to them, but it's not actually real.
Yeah, and that's why when you're in love, only you can see it. Because you created it. It's only you can see it. It's in your head. And I can't see it. And you're telling me you're in love with that person and I'm going, what did you see in that person? You know, but you've created this whole vision that only you can see. It exists in only your world, only in your head. So yeah, definitely love is an illusion.
What I'm saying also, not that I'm disagreeing with you, is like there is measurements you can use to say that this love is genuine by using characteristic traits that are not delusional but based on facts.
Okay.
For example, if you want to get married, you have to look at sustainability, a family that is established, and how long can you last. So that means you've got to look at the character of the person. And I use this acronym FACE as a way to teach people this. The first thing that I would look at is a family background. The letter F stands for family. Then A, their association and attitudes, not just how they behave physically, but the way they think. Number 3 is the letter C, their character. The word character comes from the word statue. It means something that don't move. If it moves, it's not character, you know. And the letter E stands for experience. They have to be honest with you about their past, so you can know what junk and mess they carry. And are you willing to be part of that? Because if somebody is not willing to be open about their past, then that means they don't want you to know their real self, you know. So that is a guideline that one could use for something sustainable. But delusional one, it's a lie. It's not based on facts. You see, that's the difference. You made up lies, and if you were to use a ruler to measure them, they don't even add up.
They don't add up. It's going.
So it's
But that's very common with love.
So I just wanted to just make sure those things are clarified in the question that you ask about illusions. Illusions are not based on facts, and you can almost say that that person is sick in the head because they need real help, because you can't control another human being. It comes back to be controlling and possessive.
Yeah.
You know, every human being has a free will. Whatever you have in your head, if they don't agree to it, is a lie.
Yes,
You know, you can't just make up in your head that this person is supposed to be your partner and do whatever you have to do to convince them. It doesn't work like that. It needs two people to make decisions.
Absolutely.
There's a saying that will probably sum up that with Joseph just talking about it. I'm just thinking about it now. It says love, it's a quote, it says love is a child illusion and a parent delusion, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, from what he's just saying, I'm trying to
delusion.
think deeply, like a child illusion and a parental delusion. I don't know what that means, but it is sounding like some clever, you know, like a
definitely.
something that should,
Yeah. It's so funny, like what you guys are saying, because it all adds up. Like with an illusion, it's where you sort of have that false perception of that person, and then versus the reality.
Yeah.
So what would your advice be on this table, like guys, your younger self, or to the youth out there? What is love? What can you advise them? Like, how does love not become an illusion? And I know, Joseph, you touched on a very good point where you said you have to watch the character of that person. You have to watch all these things. So what's, in few words, how can you advise young people to look out for real love and not just that idea of love that's been sold to them by either their parents or social media? Or
I will use these simple points to just wrap it up. Don't go looking for love. Prepare yourself and love will come looking for you. Because we believe that there's what we call the law of attraction. Or put it this way, right? If like-minded attract like-minded, why should you go and look for something when it's supposed to come to you? This doesn't mean that do not go out there and do the process of understanding people. Like some people are saying, I'm waiting on the Lord for my husband.
it's going to knock
God,
waiting for the miracle.
God is not going to drop a man. You're going to wait until Jesus comes. You know? Jesus will come and go and you'll still wait.
Come on,
But
Joseph.
the point,
Don't break the hearts of so
You know?
many ladies.
but the point is this here,
We are
right?
waiting on the Lord on this table.
The point is this here. The point is this here. Young people, listen to this.
Let the man preach.
You know? The point is this here. Prepare yourself and build yourself to a level where you are full. Because relationship, they were designed to be long-term, and this is why it's not good for people to go for this 2-month contract, and then you get you emptied of the half that is in you. Now you have to go. Some people don't even go and get filled up again. They just go from empty to another relationship. So they go on negative now. They're just damaging themselves. You know. And then the problem with that is they will get out of this one and try to, and then they're just killing themselves. They're drowning themselves, and the heart will be shattered even beyond repair. It will take years. And the experiences will give you this perception that is very bitter. That when you think if it's a girl or guys, it's bad. If it's a guy and girl, they're all bad. And this is what our society looks like. So I would advise young people that don't rush. There's nothing wrong with being single. It's actually a good thing to be single in terms of building yourself. Become content with who you are and know who you are, know your strength. Study yourself very well, because the more you know yourself, it makes it easy for you to get along with other people. If you don't know yourself, you can't get along with other people. So it's very negative to people who want to get into a relationship, but there are no shortcuts. If you want something that's going to last beyond 2 months, you have to know yourself and you have to prepare yourself. My answer is opposite. So there's nothing you can do. You can just go in, yes, and like, oh yeah, she talks nice and she got a few degrees and all that. She works hard.
Let's go on.
She looks okay.
She got a few houses. But the problem is those things are not going to work. You know?
I guess sometimes
You get together, you don't get along, she'll kick you out of your house. You go back to square one. You know?
She's got the upper hand.
But that's just an example. I'm not saying that all girls who are independent are bad. I'm not attacking any girls out there. I'm just making a point, so no one should get offended at this. It's just me being sarcastic to make a point. But build yourself very well. And for guys out there, let me just be honest with you. Girls are in a different game here. They're serious.
Tell them.
They are mature in our communities more than the guys because
Yes.
I blame the parents a little bit because they spoil the guys. They let them do whatever they want. But the girls from young age, they're trained to be housewives, which is the bad thing as well. They should be given freedom
in our culture, especially
in African culture.
culture.
But the good thing is this, right? That discipline makes girls become more focused in life and they achieve things better than guys. And guys here struggling when they turn mid-20s and they realize life is serious. And then they try to catch up here because the missus is already in the next level. And
That's
you have to catch up
You have to catch her.
and beat her to be independent so you can be able to be a responsible man.
Yeah.
So this is where the problem, all the guys. So girls, take it easy on the guys. They're coming up slowly. They have to start from the bottom.
They better pull
We
themselves
ain't got
up.
no time.
Yeah, they better.
And look, there's good guys out there. And I
You
think
don't have time.
for
We
young
don't have
guys,
that time.
Yeah. Okay, Linda,
Linda can tell you she doesn't have that time.
Yes. You just want him to come and get his game,
Yeah, get it together, man.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. I love that point where you said even about job promotion, right? When you think about a job promotion, if you want to get promoted
You
at
gotta work
work,
for it.
you gotta work for it.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. Like young people, my advice to young people would be: look at it like it's something that I'm going to. It's a lifetime thing. Like, think about it as a lifetime thing. If I'm falling in love with this, and I know Jess is
I don't
giving
like
me
the
the
lifetime. I know what you guys are
Yeah.
saying, but when it comes to saying lifetime,
Yeah.
like it's love. We're just on earth to try things. If you try and it doesn't work out,
But you know
all
what?
I can
You
tell
know
you
what?
is don't die in
I
the
disagree
shadow
with
of
you a
saying,
little bit.
"My
I'll,
heart
I'll,
is
I'll tell you
broken."
why I disagree with you. No one wants short-term things. Everybody wants quality things, even
When
someone
you
who
get
wants to
into
pay
it.
for a half price. They want something that lasts long.
Yeah.
This is the reality. Human beings don't. Human beings don't want
Wait,
cheap
yeah,
things.
Okay, let me
Young
ask you a
people-
question. Let me ask you.
No, let's
Let
take
me
it,
ask you a
Jess.
question, Jess.
Young
Like,
people-
when you get, let's say you fall in love, right? You're falling in love with a person. You want that person. You don't want that person to sort of say, Jess, I love you for the 1
For
year.
1 week.
1 year. The 1 year I'll be with you. But in
Listen.
case that 1 year doesn't work, you know, we can leave it open.
can
And
return-
some
I will
people-
return
Some
you.
people are like open like that. They
Yeah.
sort of go into open
I love-
relationships and stuff.
I love
But
it.
when you're in love, you just want it to be forever. And that's why we like
Oh,
say,
forever, she
And I'm not saying the same thing Shiko is saying. Not that we are just bullying you now, but I'm just you know. I want to add a point to this, right?
Yeah.
Many people, let's be honest, they don't want to break up, unless if they go into a relationship. But I think someone who think like that is just defeated themselves. Why would you empty yourself, waste your resources, your time, 2 hours on the phone every night, just to break up?
Just to break
It doesn't
up.
make any sense if
Why
you
are
have
you
a common
building that
sense.
house?
But then I guess life has changed. People like trends. Like now we have these friends for benefits. So people are very open about it. He's a tool. He's a tool. I use him for my benefits. Once it's done, he goes his own way, I go my own way. The problem with that is, when I look at it, I'm a very straight, honest guy. What's the difference between this kind of lifestyle and prostitution?
Okay.
You know?
But
Let
also,
me add to
for me,
can I
because
say
prostitution to
You
me
know?
is not a problem. Like
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But why did the society look at
them?
them very negative?
What you
True,
got?
true,
when
exactly, that's true. When they're sort of
when these
doing-
things are happening. But also what I'm trying to say is this: people have their own personal choices. They can do whatever they want.
Yes.
But I'm being very clear and frank here, so we don't have double standard. Nobody wants to go into a relationship because they want to break up after 2 months. The question is, why does it last 2 months?
Okay.
That's what we are trying. That's what we're trying to make you see, me and Shiko.
Yeah.
Why does it last 2 months? It's not that we are saying that people should be in a relationship forever, but
Yeah.
nobody
Wants to go and jump out.
And jump
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But can I?
Maybe you go first.
Yeah, come on,
Do
go,
your
go,
point,
Jess.
because I was gonna back you.
go.
I'll back you.
Okay, you
after.
back me,
I'll
back
back you.
Yeah, okay.
So what is going on here is like it's like what I talk about with failure thing. You know, you want to try something and then you're afraid like, oh, I have to really get it right because I don't want to fail. I'm afraid to fail.
you give
I'm saying
yourself
that's the
this
same thing
pressure.
with relationship and love. Like even on earth, everything we do, we can't completely say, oh, I have to get it right, or I have to check and make sure that all the boxes are correct before I get it, because you can't really guarantee. And I'm not saying whether you. All I'm trying to say is, as a young person trying to go into love, follow your heart. If you think this person is good for you, go for it, honey. And if this person breaks your heart, pick up your
It is what it is.
You know, you've learned your lesson, honey. You're moving on.
Yeah.
You know, it's a trial. We're all trying, and everything I'm doing on earth here right now, I'm trying different things. I did not come here knowing everything. I don't know everything. I'm just learning as I go. And when I fail, I get up and I
Yeah.
say, okay, that's a lesson. You know, okay, what didn't work there? And how can I make
How
it
can I
better in the
fix
next
it?
one? We just continue learning. Don't forget, Joseph is a pastor. And so when he's talking to us, he's going to be talking to us from the biblical perspective in terms of, oh, you have to have one person. I'm not saying that's wrong.
I'm
He's
not
sort of
saying
been very
that.
open-minded.
I
I'm
love
not
what
saying
you-
that.
I love what
you're
you're-
not getting
where
me
you're
correctly.
going.
What
Yeah.
I'm saying is
Yeah.
not that people should be rigid. And I'm not advocating the idea of perfection here. I am saying that we need to understand life is like It's like a game of chess. Chess is for smart people who understand strategy. They say that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So people fail because they don't plan. So you learn in life by your mistakes. But how many people repeat the same mistake 5 times?
Yeah, well, that's up to them.
You know, and I'm not saying that
That's
everyone
on them.
does that. What I'm just saying is this, right? Young people should
Support
not
me,
be
support
should not be rushed into relationships. I am saying that they should prepare themselves and enjoy being single.
Yeah.
They should not do things because of trends.
Yeah,
Because
no.
their friends are in a relationship.
No, no,
and they should
that's
not be
not my
given
one.
the implication that it's okay to go into a relationship and break up. Because if you talk like that, it seems like what you're saying is just go and experiment. We are in a big laboratory.
Yeah.
You know? We have to be very careful of what we are saying out there because this laboratory is going to turn people into Frankenstein. You know? You don't want that. You want young people to be healthy human beings, not too much cuts and surgeries, you know?
Yeah.
Heart broken, back broken, neck broken.
Everything.
Okay.
At least break your neck once, you
Thank
know?
you,
Not
thank you,
20
Giselle.
times.
No,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
But I think that
She's gonna back me
No,
up.
I think no, I don't know
back
if I'm
me?
backing you up.
What is that?
But like,
advice?
no,
What do you wanna
but
give
my
to
advice is
people?
that like it's to back everyone up, I guess.
Oh.
I'm not on anyone's team. I'm on everyone's team.
Good girl.
But it's really just like to go to set standards for yourself. For example, when people say standards, they think it's like some huge thing, and sometimes there's a negative concept around it. But it's like setting standards is just setting like rules for yourself, saying these are the things I'm going to accept.
Yeah.
This is who I am, and this is what I'm working on for myself
Yeah.
as a person. I'm growing, and I'm accepting this journey of growth. But I also, these are the things I will not accept in a relationship or a friendship. Because even with your friends, like you could see, like in my personal life, I can see friends that I've been like friends with for 8 years, but sometimes something happens, and I'm like, I'm not going to take this. This has crossed the line, so
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
So then, because I've set those standards for myself, I've
Yeah,
said
so
that
you-
this is not who I am.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm not going to be friends with someone who does that to me or who does that to people. So then, I feel like people should just really set standards before they go into any sort of relationship. But
Yeah.
before you set those standards, you also have to meet those standards yourself. Like
That's
everyone
a
has
good
been
point.
saying.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's a
I
Because
think
if
she
you
could
then
do.
if you don't meet them, then you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hypocrite.
yeah, so
Yeah, that's so good.
Yes,
equality.
it is. It's
Yeah.
being a hypocrite. But I also feel like I've been single my whole life, and
Yeah.
it's kind of nice. I like being single.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is that being single gives you. I don't want to say relationships don't give you a lot of freedom, but being single gives you the time and space to really work on yourself.
Yes.
Because sometimes when you jump into this relationship too soon, like how you were saying, for 2 months or 3 months, it actually sometimes pushes you back
Yeah.
in your journey as a person. For me, I've enjoyed sort of growing and learning what I like, what I don't like. And then eventually, when I feel like, okay, this is the time.
Too single,
ready?
too
That
single,
is
too
when-
single.
All right.
Just single?
I guess we'll just
To love, I guess.
Singleness is not a bad thing.
And the biggest thing,
Exactly.
guys, is love yourself. Just first
Love
love
yourself.
yourself. No one
Exactly.
can love you as much as you can love. If you
Yeah,
can't love
that's
yourself,
good advice.
that
no
is
one is
gold.
going to do that for you.
That
So
is
cherish
gold.
yourself. Just
Yes.
adore who you are.
Yes.
First, and every
Yeah.
other thing would.
Everything will come. You attract, the law of attraction.
Attraction.
Just attract
Joseph
everything
mentioned
that you
Big
are.
one.
Yes.
Big one.
So thank you, ladies. Like, that is so good. I've learned so much on this table
Yes,
today.
it was a lecture though.
But we've also got a little bit fun part.
Ooh.
This
Yes.
is where we put
Yes.
our guests on the hot seat, and we just shoot you with a few questions. We just need one word answer. So quick thinking, on your feet, and we just need that one word answer,
The
right?
first thing that comes to mind.
Like
Yeah.
a bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. There you go.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
So Joseph, tell us, what is the stupidest thing that you've done for love?
Oh my goodness.
In your latter years, anything that you can
when
think
you were
of.
young, like when you were,
Counting.
yeah. Not now, he's too conscious.
Time
now.
is going.
Man, I don't know how to answer this question.
Okay, we'll go to the next one. What is one thing that you hate about love?
Ooh.
I wouldn't say hate, but if I was to use that term, because it's very aggressive, is you have to give everything, and it's like a risk,
Yeah, so good.
you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love or $1 million?
$1 million will not satisfy my internal inside, so I would go for love.
Okay.
Good. Any other
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. One thing you missed most in your country?
Nature.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joseph. You have been such a dream, like an absolute
Yes.
dream of a guest to have on this show.
We need
Of
to
a
have you
person.
again.
So
Of a
much.
person.
Yeah.
We need to have him again. We need to have you again.
Absolutely. Season 2 is coming, and Joseph definitely will be looking at having you again.
Thank you.
And we hope that you enjoyed
No,
your
it was
time
really
as
great.
well.
I enjoyed the conversation.
Yes.
I have learned from you guys as well.
Yeah.
I think these topics are very relevant to our time,
Yeah.
and it's good to have different views.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we all have different experiences. And I just caution to the viewers that we're not professionals. So
Yes.
everything that we advise or it's all our opinions, our learned experiences. And just because we all have different histories. And so
Yeah.
feel free to take in whatever you feel that's relevant to you. And
filter.
Yeah.
Just filter.
Yeah, and just filter it. Have the right filters.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's topic. Please let us know what you think by leaving your comments below. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. From us to you, until next time, goodbye. Do have a good one.